Thanks for being a policyholder with State Fund. This video will help you understand how the workers' compensation audit process works for construction companies. Audits are essentially year-end payroll reviews, and in California, all workers' compensation carriers are required to conduct them. The Workers' Compensation Insurance Rating Bureau, or WCIRB, is a nonprofit organization that is responsible for tracking the cost of benefits provided to injured workers and producing rate recommendations for California insurers each year. The WCIRB requires that most construction company policies be audited every year. It has special rules for how construction companies keep their records and may require a physical inspection of the business as part of the audit. Meet Carl, owner of a small construction company. Today, he got an email from State Fund letting him know that he has an upcoming audit. Carl knows organizing paperwork isn't his strong point. That's why he hired Julia, his office manager. But Julia's only been there 6 months. Carl's wondering if he should delay the payroll review. Fortunately, that's not necessary. State Fund's audit team is happy to answer Carl's questions before his appointment and walk him through a checklist of all the records he'll need. Plus, Julia finds additional resources online at statefundca.com/audit. Carl and Julia are able to find everything they need to make the appointment go smoothly. Talking to the auditor, Carl learns payroll reviews help ensure policyholders like him are paying the correct premium, which helps keep the whole workers' compensation system working. The review process is particularly important for construction operations, as each trade is separately classified and dependent on the hourly rate paid to the employee. In construction, it's common for several classification codes to apply to one employee who works in different trades. For example, Carl's carpenters often do different types of work throughout the week, such as framing, drywall, and painting. It's vital and required by the WCIRB to keep detailed daily records with hourly rates and start and stop times for each type of work. Without detailed records, the insurance carrier must use the highest rated classification that applies for each employee. Accurate records also protect Carl in the event of a claim or dispute. Classifying supervisors can be tricky. Carl and Julia assume their supervisor should be clerical, since he doesn't do any physical labor. In fact, as part of the WCIRB's general inclusion rule, the supervisor must be classified in the trade classification of the work he or she is supervising. Carl and Julia carefully verify that any subcontractor or independent contractor they work with has active licenses and workers' compensation insurance for their employees. If they don't, Carl could be liable for a workplace injury. Accurate, detailed records not only help audits go smoothly, they might also lower premiums. It worked for Carl thanks to Julia's meticulous records. And remember, you can always contact State Fund or your broker if you have questions about your policy or premium, or for help with class codes. Thank you for your business. Together, we'll keep California working.